Hello guys, how we doing? Welcome back to the 3 Hours. It's Luke and Boy. A bit later. We used to do podcast at this time, didn't we, mate? We're back in the day when you used to work like a more healthy hours of the day. But yeah, we've got quite a bit to talk about. We'll talk about a couple of games this week, build up to Freiburg, and then just general opinions about what's going on at West Ham, mate. Straight after this. Hello, right, mate. So let's start with sort of yesterday, and you can touch on Brentford a little bit if you want to. You said you wasn't fully, in the game.
Yeah, I had a busy day yesterday. Busy day. So the game was on, but I weren't. It did not have my full attention.
To be fair, I don't think we missed too much. Like it wasn't a great game. It wasn't the performance that it was against Brentford, but two cracking goals. Well, all of our goals were quite good, to be honest. The header was a good goal. And that Souček goal, Jesus Christ. Mate,
yeah.
If Phil Foden scored that today, that's everywhere.
Yeah, brilliant. Brilliant goal. And the Alvarez goal really impressed me as well. The distance he made to get up there and then the little dink over the keeper. Such composure. Mate, he's a better finisher than Antonio.
Mate, he was so good yesterday, Alvarez. I know I was saying it all the time in the chat, but I'm glad that through watching YouTube today, nearly everyone has said that Alvarez was just ridiculous. Like what he was doing on the pitch.
Yeah, brilliant. I don't think he gets man of the match over Areola though.
No, it's a tough one. It really is. I just like that at times, like Alvarez decided, I'm going to be Paqueta. I'm going to pick the ball up. I'm going to go on a little run, and I'm going to, try and make things happen. And he's still doing things defensively.
What do you make of Paqueta's performance yesterday?
It wasn't great, was it? But then he is just coming back. Was the Brentford game a bit of adrenaline? Got him through it. Obviously the love of the fans. We absolutely love him over there, don't we? It's going to take him a while, won't it? A couple of games more to maybe the Freiburg game in the week will be the one, where he can really switch it on, maybe a bit more time on the ball and stuff. Yeah, what about you? What did you think?
Yeah, it wasn't his usual. I think he was pretty quiet. Didn't really impact the game like he normally does.
I think the front three were really quiet as well, though, mate. Kudus is a bit. He's a funny player, Kudus. I really like him, but at the minute, it's just not coming off for him, is it? It's not quite coming off the last couple of games.
But I mean, the whole team has been the same. I mean, the first half performance,
it was a meh game. It was meh.
I don't think we were great, and if not for Areola, we would have been banging trouble, Like how many saves did he make that he had no right to save in that game?
I don't know whether you see the little stat that came out today, mate. That is the best performance by any goalkeeper this season, statistically. As you say, mate, you said it in a little WhatsApp group during the game. Mate, where would we be without him? I think we'd be down in the bottom six.
Yeah.
This
absolutely.
man is pulling off blinder after blinder after blinder. And again, mate, what did you say in the chat as well? The geezer was on the bench for 2 years.
Yeah. It's insane. Absolute madness that he was benched for so long. Don't get me wrong, right? I don't want to be slagging off Fabianski. Fabianski's been a brilliant goalkeeper for us. He has. He's been a brilliant goalkeeper for us. But come on, Areola should have been in sooner. He should have been. It's a question. I liked him at Fulham, mate. Yeah, mate, same. I thought he was fantastic at Fulham. And you don't play for PSG and Real Madrid if you're rubbish. Do you know what I mean? But what happens now going into the Europa League, where these games now are so important? Do you switch it up or do you?
He won't. I would. I would. Possibly put Areola in. But I think you could possibly keep Fabianski one more round. I think I'd like to think we beat Freiburg. We've seen what they're about. They had a very good result against Bayern Munich the weekend. But yeah, I know what you're saying. What would you do? This is what you would do, not what Moyes will do.
Yeah, I'd keep Areola in. I think the game's too important not to. I think the game is far too important not to. You've got to put your best team out. And at the moment, our best team includes Areola, not Fabianski,
Where do you, I know we're biased, but where do you rate him in terms of league goalkeepers?
Areola?
Yeah.
It's difficult. His shot stopping, I genuinely don't think there's better in the league. Genuinely, I do not. I don't think there's a better shot stopper.
Is incredible, ridiculous.
I don't think there's a better shot stopper in the league. But he doesn't command his box well. You see it. He made that
the cross where Souček cleared it off the line.
Yeah, that just after that unbelievable Gordon Banks save. Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Yeah, just after that, a corner comes in and he flaps at it. So it showed both sides of him there.
I think he's won save in a month 3 times this season. I think
he's been nominated.
He really wins every month.
Yeah, constantly he's been nominated. But yeah, shot stopping. I genuinely don't think there's better in the league.
So I'm just skipping through. So in general, what did you make of the result then? And again, a lot of people jumping on there. We've turned the corner, as it were, and some people saying give Moyes a new contract. That's what something was on Twitter today.
I mean, you've got to be realistic, right? We've beat 2 teams, 2 good wins. Listen, don't get me wrong, 2 good wins, but 2 of the teams at the bottom of the form table, right, we've beat. So let's not get too carried away. And
our goalkeeper's been man of the match.
Our goalkeeper's been man of the match, both
apart from Bowen, Bowen with the hat-trick
consistently. And this is true as well. Areola, the man of the match. We scored 2 screamers after the 90th minute. If we didn't score those 2 unbelievable goals after the 90th minute, that's a 1-1 draw. And all of a sudden, it's not looking so great. Now, listen, that sounds so negative. It sounds so negative. And I don't want to be like that because we won at the end of the day. We won 3-1, But
you've still got to enjoy the win, but it's hard because you get that doubt in your head that Moyes might stay. I think that's what it is at the minute. Like I was buzzing, mate, when that Souček goal went in. God, mate, I was like cheering like when Lanzini scored against Tottenham. It was like whoa, one of them ones, But it's hard, isn't it? It's hard. Let me question it. Do you both think the players are trying to do their own thing on the pitch?
No, apart from Paqueta, who I think just does his own thing regardless. No, I don't think so. No, I think they're following instructions.
Yeah, it's just we're just such a weird team though. Like the Brentford game, we were just pressing quickly, and we were really clinical. And then the Everton game, we didn't press, did we? We didn't press them.
No, not really. It was like you say, we didn't have the same pressing, the pace. Yeah, intensity is a good word. Good word. We let them in again, shot after shot after shot they had. And realistically, they should have scored a few. Yeah, they had the penalty, which Areola saved as well. Wasn't the best penalty. But it could have been a very, very different game. And it's so difficult because it sounds so negative. We won 3-1. And I'm still sitting here complaining. It's wrong to do that. But that's just what it feels like at the minute. Do you know what I mean?
No. It is, mate. It's funny. It's really, really funny. Yeah, like I say, I get what you're saying, but it's hard to put into words exactly what it is. Evening, guys. Evening, mate. Yeah, but there was a little bit of a shout, mate. What do you make of the shout for Alvarez to be captain? Is he starting to show that ability and that capable, that he's got that leadership about him?
I think his biggest problem is his discipline. I think that's the biggest problem with making him captain. But I don't know why Zouma's captain. What does Zouma do that's captain worthy?
Yeah, he's not a mouth, is he? You don't really see him right in there with people.
I don't really think we've got a standout option for captain at the minute, which is
for me, it's either him or the goalie, I think.
Yeah, I mean, like Souček's a national team captain, but would you really give it to Souček? No, you wouldn't. No. I mean, I don't know. I know a lot of people call for Bowen, but Bowen's a fantastic player, but what does he do as a captain? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's not really a mouth, is it? I don't know how he's said it there, and I'm not disregarding you, mate. He's basically like a living legend at West Ham, at the club. But yeah, I think you want someone who's a proper nasty.
It's real hard. For all of his faults as a player, I loved Kevin Nolan as a West Ham captain.
Mm.
Kevin Nolan as captain was fantastic. I think he was a brilliant captain. He was at the referee, he was at other players, you know, he was always there. He was that captain. Maybe this is a modern game and it's not like that anymore, but I feel like Nolan was a fantastic captain. Noble was a good captain.
Yeah,
but
no.
I don't think in our current first team there's no one really that stands out like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
Again, like Lucas Neal.
No, he was one of my favourite players, mate, and by all accounts, incredible captain off the pitch. Like, was really good with the players and everything at the time. Possibly we can't be a pressing team with the same players starting each game. That's a very good point. Mark. Obviously, we're so limited with the squad we've got that you know it's hard to do it. I just want to touch on, before we look at Europa, mate. I want to touch on that because you're Italian. I thought I'd give the Italians a bit of thing. That Emerson goal, mate.
What a goal! What a goal! Yeah, what a goal! What a player! He loves to have a shot from normally more from the left, sort of cutting across it. But yeah, fell to him. Great position, just bang. I said it in our chat at the time. Souček's reaction when it went in, he just went. Yeah, absolute wonder. And
what was better though? Is that better than Souček's? That Souček goal was ridiculous.
The Souček goal was good. But
Souček's goal was harder.
This is the thing, right? Maybe I'm being too harsh. Maybe I'm biased because Emerson. But I feel like Souček's goal had an element of flukiness to it.
Yeah, like he would never do that again.
Yeah, like he did it. He brought it down brilliantly, chested it inside, and then boom, cut across it, smashed it. Did he really mean to do that, or was he just swinging a leg at it? Do you know what I mean? Whereas I feel like Emerson's was more premeditated. He was like, right, I'm putting this in the top corner.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Spot and put it in. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, both fantastic.
Both fantastic goals. Yeah, both fantastic goals. Yeah.
Let's just check these comments here. Basic Moyes ball. Really hope these wins do not lead to a new contract extension. Me and Paul. That'll be the next thing me and Paul talk about in a minute. Both fullbacks get an assist against Brentford. Also, Soufa had a really good game that game. Brentford.
Great to see. Yeah, it was. I think Brentford were playing three at the back, and it just gave us so much space down the wings. It really
they were awful, though, weren't they? But again, mate, the big. I think there was a big save at 4-2 with Ivan Toney in that game. Again, if Ivan Toney scores that goal 4-3, that could have been a bit wobbly that game as well. So I'm not. I think again it's a bit misleading where we are again. And I know again the table don't lie, as they say. But mate, have you seen the fixtures coming up? Mate, I've got the list here because my dad just said to me, he goes, "Oh, we could finish 7th now." I went, "I don't think so." We got after Burnley, which you would expect us to win. We got Villa, no chance, no chance. Newcastle at their ground, dodgy. Tottenham, Wolves, Fulham, Palace, Liverpool, Chelsea, Luton, City.
Tough run.
That's tough. That is tough. You don't come much, tougher than that. Let's talk about Moyes then, mate. Moyes' contract, there was all the talk about, his contract on the table, a few weeks ago. I think he is going, but I do get a bit twitchy when it's like, when we put a little run together. It's such a hard one. I want West Ham to win. I want us to get Europe again, but I can't do it. I can't do him again. I can't.
Yeah, I agree, mate. I don't want to see Moyes get a new contract. I'm just fed up with the way that we've been for the last couple of years. Most of the time, I don't enjoy watching us. I don't really look forward to the games. Because you're just going to be giving up possession. You're just going to be sitting back, low block, trying to punt long balls. Not all the time. We've seen that, and that's what's so frustrating. We've seen that we like against Brentford, we can play fast.
We come out the blocks, mate.
Pressing football.
Unreal in that game. Yeah.
We can do it. We're capable of doing it, but we just don't do it. That's the frustrating thing. I think he's going to go at the end of the season. It's difficult. I think unless we obviously if we win the Europa League, or even if we get to the final of the Europa League, or we finish in the European spots,
then it's
the club has to give him the club has to give him the option of a new contract. They have to. Whether he would sign it is the question now. Whether...
I think I agree with what you said a couple of weeks ago, mate. I think there is a contract. I do believe there is a contract, but it does have that your head coach thing. And like you say, mate, at the end of the season, let's pretend that West Ham have got Europa League. It's whether Sullivan drops that clause. I think for me, that's the only way he signs that contract. I don't want him to. I really do not want him to. But would that be enough to force Sullivan to go, yeah, we'll take that out? And then Steidem would go then. For me, I think Tim Steidem would go.
I think so. As much as I dislike David Moyes, and I don't like the way that we play football underneath him, as much as I'm against it, like I say, if we got Europe again next year, we got to the final Europa League, if we won the Europa League, I would not be able to argue against giving him a new contract. I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
No, mate. This is a Moyes out channel, mate. And if he won the Europa League, which he's not going to, but if he did,
we're in the Champions League.
Exactly. Like,
2 trophies in 2 years.
You couldn't say nothing.
You can't. You couldn't say. You could say nothing. You wouldn't be able to say. You would not be able to say anything and not look like a complete absolute prat.
Yeah,
you couldn't.
You could. We all hate the style of football. I hate it, mate. And he has been exposed in the last. Before Brentford and Everton, he was exposed that without Paqueta, he's magic man. It's terrible, and I do believe that if West Ham next season if we kept Moyes, Paqueta goes in the summer, mate.
That's the problem. Yeah, that's the problem.
We lost Rice, and that hurt us. We lose Paqueta as well, mate. Do you trust this ball? I trust potentially Tim to pull one out the bag, but you've got to pull out an absolute weldy of a player to replace him. And again, how long would it take for David Moyes to play him?
Yeah. And would it be? And then you have the questions, like you say, what sort of player would it be? What are the odds of it being another Paqueta type player? Would it be a more Moyes type, Calvin Phillips type player?
Like we know he doesn't like the tricky players, mate. We could have had Zaha in January. Again, there are all the rumours about what's happening there. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But he don't like them players. Like for me, I would go and get someone like Morgan Gibbs-White or someone like that. Or maybe an Eze, someone like that, if we really wanted to push the boat out. But would Moyes go and get them? I don't know. And would he use them right anyway? Would he, if we would have got Eze instead of Benrahma back in the day, would Eze have just become a left-winger graveyard like they all do?
Yeah, it's true.
It's hard, isn't it? Please, no more Moyes. I feel he is holding us back from playing progressive football. You think, mate? We know. 33 likes, hit that like button. The easiest way, is what Premier League club would take Moyes. I thought it would have been Palace, but then they've took the ex-Frankfurt guy, haven't they? So
and I like that. I like that comment. I've been thinking the same thing, Andy. People say it. To me, that's the argument where people say, oh, you're going to get better than David Moyes. Moyes, you should be grateful for David Moyes. Moyes is West Ham's level. Like, that's nonsense. That's nonsense. And, be careful what you wish for. That's the thing, innit? Be careful what you wish for. If we let Moyes go, all of a sudden, we're guaranteed to be relegated.
And playing progressive football.
But, playing progressive football means you lose every game 6-0.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Those are the arguments. But the other side of that, I completely agree with you, Andy. If Moyes is such an amazing, fantastic, phenomenal manager, who else in the Premier League takes him? None. He ain't getting another job in the Premier League.
He ain't getting a bigger job than West Ham.
No chance.
Like I say, Palace, I thought he might have gone Palace. Yeah, there's that. It's worth probably look at maybe that.
Mate, I don't think so. I don't think Celtic would want... and listen, from what I've seen from fans, they would absolutely hate David Moyes as their manager. Look what he did at Man United. If he goes to a team like Celtic, you think they're going to put up with that style of football?
No. Well, they used to have Postecoglou, didn't they? So they like fast foot, especially up there where they're top of the.
They get expected to win.
Me and you could go up there and win the league. You know what I mean? You go out there and go, well, we've got to defend against Falkirk and St Mirren. Like you say, mate, would they accept that? No, probably
no
not.
chance. No chance.
Yeah. Moyes' style of football actually works better in Europe. Look at the final last year. Listen, I would agree with that. I will give you that. Moyes' football is suited to the cup competitions. I'll give you that. I will give you that because, in the cup, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how you play. It is about winning and getting over that line. But in the league, eventually, style catches up with you. Like it did. We went on an 8-game losing run. Well, not losing, but we didn't win a game for 8 games, and we were smashed goals, weren't we?
Yeah.
Give credit to David Moyes, mate. Go on.
What do you mean?
Let's give him some credit. Go on.
The credit I'll give him is he won us a trophy.
Yeah.
He won us a trophy. And listen, he's in the West Ham record books forever because of that. Listen, I was there. I was in Prague, one of the best nights of my life.
Yeah.
He gave me that. I'll give him credit for that. I don't want to go down the whole, it was a tournament we expected to win. We still had to go and win it, and we did. I'll give him absolute credit for that. European football, 3 years running. Give him credit for that as well. Fantastic. I never thought I'd see that at West Ham.
No.
Yeah, fantastic. I'll give him absolute credit for that. But and I've said it was my brother-in-law's 40th birthday, right, last week, and because I live in Northern Ireland now, right? It's all Liverpool, Man United fans over here. I'm the West Ham guy. I'm the guy from London who supports West Ham. So that's all I get from everyone, right? As soon as anyone in their family, especially the blokes, it's an easy thing for people to talk about, isn't it? Come over. Oh, how's West Ham doing? Oh, yeah, all right, mate. And all of them,
you're crazy because you want him out, no?
All of them are like, yeah. Well, why do you want Moyes to go? Look what he's done. Why do you want him to go?
And my argument, replace Ten Hag and Klopp?
Mate, that's the thing. That was my argument. Is like you don't have to watch his games every week. You don't watch us play every week. It's all right just looking at the results and seeing where we are in the table. And yeah, we won a trophy. You don't have to watch them every week. We do. And it's not enjoyable. That's the problem. Yeah,
and I've made my video a few weeks ago. I don't think you've had an opportunity to say it. What do you want then? When if someone threw that question at you, say Jeff Sterling, Simon Jordan, went, okay, Paul, you're a West Ham fan. What do you want then?
And
what do you want?
That was literally one of the questions I was asked last week by one of these guys. What do you want? All I want is to look forward to watching West Ham at the weekend. That's it. That's it. Yes, I would love us to be successful. We've never been successful since we've been alive, right? So I don't expect that. That's not something I'm eager for. Obviously, I'd love it. I'd love us to be a successful club. Yeah. I just want to enjoy watching the games, and I want to look forward to the weekend where I can watch West Ham. That's it.
Yeah, I think that's what it is, mate. I think that's what they don't get. Because under this board, we never go for it when we need to. We've had a couple of opportunities where we've been sitting just outside that top 4, or even just outside the top 6, or even, that year we got Europa League semi-final. We didn't go for it. So if we're not going to go for it, and we're not going to try and win, and we're not going to try and, do what Villa are doing this season, like Sam, at least let me enjoy the football. At least entertain me.
Exactly.
Paolo never won anything, but that's some of the best football I've ever seen. Payet season, I've got some of my best memories from then because the football, the goals, the silkiness. Is it a bit of nostalgia? Is it our brain remembering things and really it was bad? I don't know. I don't think the Harry Redknapp era was bad. Like some of that football was amazing. What we used to play with Paolo.
Yeah, I mean, and the team we had was fantastic. And bearing in mind we were teenagers,
the players were allowed to do what they were supposed to do as well.
Yeah, listen, like we were teenagers during that Harry Redknapp era, and I'm sure the older fans might look back at that and go, "Oh, that weren't that good. That was rubbish because there's no Alvin Martin and Trevor Brooking." But for us, that was fantastic. And the contrast for that to where we are now, like you say, it's not about, this is West Ham. It's not about winning trophies every season. It's about enjoying the games. How many people do you hear that go to the games every week that are over there, they're just like, oh, I can't be bothered. I just can't be bothered.
Guy I work with, again, where we are in the league, you'd be thinking, I should be looking forward to games because West Ham finished top 6 and maybe even push a bit further. And the Brentford game, he regretted it, obviously, because it was a good game, but he was like, I can't bother. I just can't be bothered to go over there anymore. You fall asleep. Even the Man United game, I know we won that game that me and you went, mate. First half, I was like, this is crap. This is crap. And again, the only time I've ever felt like that is Sam Allardyce era.
Oh.
I remember used to saying to the elusive third hammer, who we don't know where he is anymore, I used to say to him at half time, I used to go, this is awful. Like, I can't home. Like, I can't watch this crap anymore. It's just, like you say, mate, that's what we want. Just nice bit of football. And I hate when they say that as well. Oh, nice football, and you won't win games. You had that under Pellegrini. Did we? He was a graveyard manager that we didn't even want. Right. I don't want Moyes to stay. Neither do I. Whatever Moyes wins us, we need to change at the end of the season. I hate the guy, but fair play to Jamie Carragher saying he should go. Yeah, I think you actually sent that to me, didn't you, mate? It was Gal Clichy as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Who was really, really good. Really, really good. Andy says, I would love Eddie Howe or ONeal. Yeah, ONeal's name was really pumped around last week, saying that Wolves are quite scared that we might approach him. Again, I still don't know what style of play Wolves played. I've not watched enough. A lot of people are saying they're quite negative, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm the same as you, mate. I mean, it's difficult.
I like Gary O'Neill.
I like Gary O'Neill, and it seems like he's doing a fantastic job at Wolves. But you're right. I haven't watched him enough to know the style of play or anything like that. What's his philosophy? I haven't watched him enough to know that. But it looks like he's doing a great job, But again, this is the argument that people have against us. Like, well, it looks like Moyes is doing a great job as well.
Yeah, yet we're above him. It's right though, isn't it? Yeah. What about the other name that Andy's put there, mate? A couple of people have put. I'll put your one up as well, Cyclops. Eddie Howe.
I'd love him.
I'd love Eddie Howe. He's a great manager. I love the way he plays, and there's definitely no one can argue that he's a coach that improves players. What he's done with Joe Linton, the way he buys players is very clever as well. Like he buys good characters like Trippier, Sven Botmans and Fabian Schär's and stuff like that, and really develops his team. And you can say, if I asked you this question, mate, what is Newcastle's identity on the pitch? You could probably answer it, couldn't you? Fast, quick, pressing football. I would love West Ham to play football like that.
Yeah, I think he would be. I would love to see him at West Ham. I'd love to see him at West Ham.
Yeah. Do you think that there's a chance? Do you think there's maybe a chance there?
I think there's a chance.
Victim of his own success?
Yeah, I think so. And I think the thing is he's not a glamour manager, is he? He's not a glamorous manager. And Newcastle, obviously, with all the oil money, that's kind of what those teams want. Yeah, he's doing a fantastic job for them, but then, as soon as they started out struggling a little bit with results, turned so fast on him.
I think they can, this season, I think he's been given leeway because of the injuries, because of Tonali as well. Obviously, they brought in £60 million Italian CDM who's meant to be the next big thing.
Yeah,
and it's the betting scandal.
It's the expectations, isn't it? Like the expectations from the owners of Newcastle now, with the money that they've got, their expectations is to be challenging top 4. They want to be in the Champions League. They want to be, challenging for the league. West Ham are not. We don't have that same level of expectation. We want to be challenging for Europe. We don't. We're not expected to be challenging for the Champions League. And I think,
mate, well, Newcastle, they want to be challenging for titles.
Exactly.
Within the next 5 to 10. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And I think that the ownership will look at that, and he's, like I say, Eddie Howe, I think he's a fantastic manager, but he's not that glamour manager. And I think that's what they'll be looking for. So yeah, absolutely. I mean, where else? I think West Ham would be a good step for him. Where else would he go?
The only other job I see him is in the summer if Southgate does go.
Yeah, that's a shout.
Potentially could be the England manager.
That's a shout.
Yeah, but I think he's done enough in club football that he might want to be there day to day doing the stuff. Any other managers, mate? We'll go for a couple that's been named. Obviously, Tuchel is you know, apparently if he loses the next game at Bayern Munich, he's going anyway. Like before he's definitely going, he might even get the boot out. Do you want him, or do you think I can see him going to Barcelona? If I'm honest, I think Xavi goes at the end of the season. I think that could be his last big club that he gets.
I think I would take him at West Ham. Absolutely, I would take him at West Ham. I think he's a good manager still, but I think I think realistically we're a level below the clubs he would be looking at himself. I don't personally think that we're below Tuchel's level, but I think he would be looking at that thinking, nah.
Yeah, I think he's got maybe one more big job before he would look at a West Ham. But again, who knows? I think it's going to be a massive merry-go-round of managers. I don't think Eric Ten Hag's job's guaranteed at Man United either. You know,
I think there'll be a lot of change this summer.
There's loads of rumours that De Zerbi could be going there, or even Emery could be going there. There's rumours that Zidane could be going there.
I'd love to see leaving. Zidane. I mean, he's been out for a couple of years now, hasn't he? I'd love to see him come back. I don't want to see him come back to the Premier League though, because he will be coming back, or not coming back to the Premier League. Sorry, coming to the Premier League, because he has to go to a Man United, and I'd hate to see Zidane at Man United. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that.
That's it. We might see him in the City, maybe. Yeah, come West Ham, bring Mbappe with you as well. Yeah, it's going to be a real merry-go-round of managers in the summer. It's going to be a real interesting one. Bilic first season is what the fans want. Yeah, mate, it was beautiful. But again, we had a maverick, you know, and we've got a maverick in Lucas Paquetá, but he's not fully allowed to express himself. I haven't seen Man United. Sorry, I haven't been since Man United at home. Howell, Company or Silva? What about Vincent Company, mate?
It's interesting, isn't it? I mean,
you know, so go on. You have your comment, then I'll say what I've got to say on it.
Yeah, no, I was going to say. I mean, obviously, he did absolutely fantastic in the Championship, making a step up to the Premier League. It's been tough for him, but I respect that they're still trying to play a certain way.
What I would say on it is, like you just said there, mate, playing a certain way. We sit here and moan that David Moyes isn't adaptable, you know, to play attacking football. Is it, you know, when you're down there and you should have figured out by now your players ain't got the right thing to play that style. As Company got the adaptability to go negative when he needs to go negative.
Yeah, that's fair. You know, that's fair. And I think that is a challenge he's facing this season. Yeah, no, you're right. You know, I like I say, I respect that he's got that philosophy and he wants to play a certain way. But yeah, no, you're absolutely right. You know, at times you do have to scrape it out. You know, you do have to have a gritty game, and yeah, no, it's a fair point, mate. It's a fair criticism. It'd be interesting. I mean, it is still his first season in the Premier League. It'd be interesting to see. I mean, they're probably going to get relegated, but it'd be interesting to see if he stays there or if he does move on. And if he does move on, if he does get another Premier League job, yeah, it'd be interesting to see.
That last one there, Marco Silva, you know, former Everton, he is Fulham manager. Where was it? He was somewhere before Fulham, wasn't he? Wasn't he somewhere else? Where was he? He does play good football. I do like Marco Silva. He's a funny manager. You know, he's one of them ones that, yeah, I wouldn't be against him. I quite like him.
Yeah, I wouldn't be against it either. I wouldn't be against it either. Yeah.
Like him. Right, keep your questions and stuff coming in, guys. We're going to go for a little bit longer, not too long. Our centre backs are suspect. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. But how good has Dinos looked, mate, in the last few weeks? Now he's back in the team.
Yeah, great. I think I don't really think he deserves to get dropped, to be honest.
No. I think there's still a little brain fart every now and then, you know, where a little loose pass goes a little bit wobbly.
Yeah, but, I don't think
he's still young.
Yeah, I don't think he deserves to be dropped, to be honest. If there is a defender I would drop, it's Zouma.
Yeah.
It is.
But he scored yesterday, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. You know, he did. But he also gave away a penalty. But you know, the for me, I would play Mavropanos and Aged. I know that would give some people kittens. Like they'll be having heart attacks with them.
Yeah, a lot of people have been calling for Oggy to come back in, mate.
I love Ogbonna. Absolutely love Ogbonna. But he's not our first choice centre back anymore. He's not.
Yeah,
he's not.
What do you make of because I don't know if you've seen my video I did in the week talking about centre backs with Zouma. about a new contract potentially on the table for him.
Oh, no.
And I said, we need to stop being sentimental. This sort of quoted you a little bit that this could turn into a Winston Reid situation. Yeah, what's your things on that, mate?
No. Listen, Kurt Zouma, he's a fantastic defender, but his legs don't work anymore.
No, he runs like Forrest Gump, mate. When he was a kid, the fingers on his legs.
Yeah, he can't run anymore. His legs are gone. You can't be giving, like I say, he's a great defender. You can't give him a new contract.
One injury, he's done, mate. That's it. He's like, if that knee goes, he's done. Like, absolutely done. And we can't afford to do that. And he's on big money. He's one of our highest earners, I believe. Yeah, and I just don't want us to be a sentimental club anymore. Is that something? Is that a bad thing?
This is such a difficult question, man, because it depends on the player. If you like the player, then
people in the comments are like, we're a family club, and that's what's always been good about us. But
it's too subjective a question, man. Because if you're saying should we be sentimental for Zouma, my answer is no. If you're saying should we be sentimental for Ogbonna, oh yeah, I'll give him another year.
Shouldn't be, should we? But we shouldn't be with Oggy either.
Yeah, no. I mean,
I did mention Oggy in my thing. I would give Oggy a contract if it was like he was going into the coaching roles.
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
And there was sort of a path into that for him, because I think he's a big character. I think he's quite a leader in the dressing room by all accounts.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. Yeah,
but then when you potentially hear like a Cresswell, it's like no, like it's players like that. It's just no. We need to move on. Eddie will be good for me. I agree, mate. I think a lot of people are saying that. Wolves play a high press and pack out the midfield. There you go, Andy. Thanks, mate. Scout Andy. I'm the same as you, Paul. I live in Northern Ireland, but I'm from Romford. But isn't it sweet when we do beat Man United on Liverpool, albeit not that often?
It is, mate. It all goes very, very quiet when we do. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, they go into hiding, these fans. David Sullivan. Didn't Sullivan want Hal once? Yeah, I think that was around the Pellegrini time, and when Benitez's name used to come up quite a bit back in the day. Whoever we get has got to be a head coach. I said that in my video the other day. Whoever it is, it needs to be a head coach, so that there's a more smoother transition of managers going forward. No?
Yeah, absolutely. That's the way that modern clubs are built these days. And you need that. You need that structure at the club. But to do that, you need the right director of football, technical director, whoever it may be, who has a vision for the club, and everyone needs to be in line with that vision.
Yeah, this summer is a big chance for West Ham to start that transition up the right ladder, rather than constantly, being held back by Sullivan. Better the devil you know sometimes, guys. However, I would take him in a heartbeat. I'm old school West Ham, so I've enjoyed some success and a lot of crap. But what Paul said about looking forward to football sums it up for me. There we go. Will Still, a name that's gone quiet. I don't know what he's doing at the minute, to be honest with you. He's gone really quiet. Would love Eddie to keep Nolan on the coaching
team. I'd love
to
see Kevin Nolan stay.
He was funny in that with Mopai the other day, wasn't
he? He's such a character. Like I say, man, I think he was such a good captain for us. I love him as a character. Fantastic. And he was a great player as well. It's just he gets that Allardyce just played him far too long.
Yeah, exactly. He just, it become, he weren't good enough towards the end. It's a killer most games going over West Ham. The Arsenal game, I left at half-time, never before, but people have had enough. We've got to get someone who is better than Moyes and can take us to the next level. What is the next level for West Ham?
That is a really, really difficult question.
It is.
I mean, the next level, again, third season in European football. We've won a trophy. In my opinion, and again, I'm not a David Moyes fan at all. I want Moyes to go. You'd be lying if you said he hadn't taken us to the next level. You would. Now I want to see the next level for me is sustaining that, but playing better football. Yeah. I'm not expecting us to all of a sudden start challenging top four, be in the Champions League every year. I'm not expecting that, but try and sustain where we are, but play better football. There you go. That's the next level for me.
Yeah. That is a good question, though. It's a hard one to answer. For me, the next level is top half.
There you go.
There you go. Ruben Almiron from Sporting for me. Loads of rumours of him potentially going to Liverpool, though, if Xabi Alonso turns that down. Tuchel upsets the players and owners wherever he goes. Fans are going crazy because we have beat 2 substandards and our goalkeeper consistently man of the match. Moyes still has to go, in my opinion. Who's your man of the year at the moment? Would you be surprised if Ariola got it?
That's really difficult as well. I'd say there's 3.
Emerson, Ariola.
Yeah, Emerson, Ariola, and Bowen.
Yeah.
Emerson, Ariola, and Bowen. I don't think you could argue really. All of them have got a shout for that. All of them.
Yeah. Dan Bowden says Hull. I don't know why. Good comments about company. I like him, but agree about his flexibility. Would you take Ten Hag? Great question.
He's got good qualities. He's another player who's got a sort of identity, a philosophy. I like the way that
he another one that the job's just too big for certain managers, mate. Like
possibly,
that Man United job is a big job,
mate. It's the second biggest job in the world.
You get criticised, whatever you do. Like you lose a couple of games at West Ham, it's not in the back paper. It's not talked about on the radio every day. Wherever you lose at Man United. Whew.
Yeah. I like the way that he plays. He brings through youth players. I like that. But yeah, like you say, mate, Man United, such a, they are, I hate Man United, can't stand them, but they're the second biggest club in the world behind Real Madrid.
Yeah.
They're the second biggest club in the world. And like you say, it's a huge, massive job. It's tough for anyone.
You made a good point there, actually, mate, about what I want from a next manager there. I want a manager that plays kids as well, and actually gives kids a chance into that first team. Look what Klopp did, mate, in the final the other day. How many kids are on the pitch? I was in a final. And they're winning games. I hate Liverpool, but they're winning games, mate. I just want to see that. It was so good back in the day when we used to see Joe Cole come on, Carrick, Defoe, and we fall in love with these players, don't we? When the kids come through because they know what it's about. Andy says, "Got to go." See you later, mate. Hammer time, not for me. I thought I'd chuck that one in.
That's Ten Hag.
Goalkeeper man of the match again, says all about how we play. He's been man of the match nearly every game, mate. Have to learn how to move players on at the right time. Could have got 50, 60 million for Antonio 3 years ago. Who was that from?
Yeah, I don't know if he's ever been worth that much.
Probably Diop, mate. Diop's another one you probably could have sold for about 40, 50 million.
Yeah.
Nolan's a big character, but I don't think he's up to the modern game as a coach. Yeah, we don't know what he does. To be fair, we don't officially know what he does. I think Stuart Pearce was such a great character in there as well. Again, what he did on the pitch or coaching, we don't know. But I imagine that Stuart Pearce is such an inspirational man to be around.
Yeah.
He's just got it. And sometimes you just have to have those people around the lads. Yeah. We need to align the first team with the academy style to give our youngsters a better chance to play football. Yeah, that is it. The youth players are playing like some super beautiful attacking football. So David Moyes probably looks at them and goes, "God, that's not how you play football. What's this? What's this I'm watching? Is this bloody lacrosse or something?" That's why they won't get a chance. They lost 3-1 to City today. 27 attempts on Man United. Man United had 3 attempts. Yeah, it was a good game as well. It's a good game. Let's quickly build up to Freiburg and then we're done, mate. So Freiburg on Thursday. We know a lot about them. When the draw first came out, how did you feel?
It conflicted. I mean, on the one hand, it means that we should really go through. We should go through. But I didn't want that glamour tie. I wanted AC Milan.
Part of me does want AC Milan. It does in the next round.
I want AC
absolutely
Milan.
Smash us.
I don't care.
It was a joke.
Listen, I want to go and see West Ham at the San Siro. That's just dreamland. Yeah, I just want that.
Incredible. I don't think we should be fearing them that much. We still have to obviously respect the team we're playing and and go for it. But I would expect us to go through. I think we'll get a draw in the week. And then we'll beat them up. I do set up to partner at London Stadium. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's a good shout, to be honest. But yeah, we, like you say, we know them, played them a couple of times, beat them. So yeah, you know, it's a game that we'll be expecting to win it, or it like a round, you know, over the 2
I think
legs.
we can go. I think he can go fairly strong in it as well because we have got Burnley. You know, if we don't beat Burnley, Jesus Christ, you know what I mean? You've got to beat Burnley. I'm sorry, you have, and it's not even disrespectful. You've got to beat Burnley. So I think any sort of team that he puts out should be able to do a job on Burnley.
Yeah, you'd like to think so. I mean, the problem is we ain't really got any rotational players.
No, Maxwell Cornet may as well not be in the team anymore.
Yeah.
Danny Ings is another lost soul now that, you know, just died on West Ham's bench. Like, do you know what I mean? There's certain players you look on the bench and I bet they think, God's sake, if I travel all the way out to bloody Liverpool this weekend, I could have just sat home with the missus. I'm never getting on. I'm never getting on. Do you not think that?
Oh yeah, of course. They come on for the last 30 seconds. Yeah, game changer.
Yeah, you just look at them and I feel sorry for them. Some of them subs that sit on that bench, I really do. We need to. Oh, I've done that one already. Sorry. I've done that one already. Take on board who our Tim picks and get behind them. Next level football is playing with authority, having a team. Yeah, and you know, like Newcastle did last season, where they were going, you're going to have to come and beat us. But that's what I would like West Ham to be, a feared team like that, where it's like, yeah, we're going to be in for a game today.
Yeah.
Right, last couple of comments and I'm wrapping up. Cheers, guys. Who's this? Richard B. Stay strong, people. No flip-flopping. There's no flip-flopping on this channel, mate. We're Moyes out, mate, all the way. Right, guys, thank you so much. If you're new around here, hit the subscribe button. We're so close to 5K now. We're gradually, you know, starting to re-go again as a channel. You know, we're getting going again. And I'm trying my best to get videos out there every day. So, yeah, keep them going. Last comment from Jones. I don't like Sullivan, but I can't even remember having good owners. It's a fair point. It's a fair point. The Biscuit Man tried his best. I always say that. If the Icelandic geezer hadn't gone bankrupt, the Biscuit Man did try and buy a dream. He did. He just bought the wrong players. Right. Until next time, guys. Come on, you irons. Enjoy your weekend. Building up to Europe this week. And then obviously Burnley. So, yeah, big couple of games coming up for West Ham. Until next time, let's go.
Cheers.